So the first topic that we're going to talk about is alignment. And alignment creates speed, not drag. So the myth is that we have to have more people in order to move faster. So I think we can all agree that speed does not come from adding people. It comes from eliminating drag. But speed alone, it's not enough. Alignment is going to fuel something bigger. Energy. When speed, energy, and focus come together, alignment is no longer an advantage. It's going to be your superpower. Too many small business leaders measure success by size. It could be a number of employees, maybe square footage, revenue growth, but here's the truth. Size does not equal strength. In fact, I've seen lean 5-people team outperform companies that are 10 times their size. Why? Because they had one unfair advantage: alignment. Today, I'm going to show you how you can stop playing the size game and start winning with clarity, focus, and alignment. If you're tired of feeling like the underdog, guess what? This episode is going to be your roadmap to turning your small team into a high-performance powerhouse. Hey everyone, John here. Welcome to the Leaders Leading Leaders podcast. I help small businesses hire and retain their top talent. One of the things that I pride myself on is we do that through building high-performance teams. And today we're going to talk about that team doesn't have to be big. I've worked with organizations as small as 2 to 3 employees, and I've worked with organizations as big as 500 employees. And I will tell you, the 2 to 5 employees, they can outwork some of those 500 employee companies every day of the week. I'm going to let you know the secret behind the sauce. So today, let's get into the topic. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel for me. If you're not subscribed, click on that button. Doesn't cost you anything. It tells the algorithm that you enjoy listening to this content, and it just pushes it out to more people. So the first topic that we're going to talk about is alignment. And alignment creates speed, not drag. So drag is just what it sounds like. It's like dragging a big rock across, a dirt field. It's not speed. And if we don't have speed, especially if we have a small team, we're going to lose ground. So the myth is that we have to have more people in order to move faster. In most cases, unless you already have established processes in a business that just churns, that's not the case. So the truth that I found is misalignment creates bottlenecks. And these bottlenecks are areas where, especially when you give me a call and we do a consultation, that's what we begin with. We begin with the bottlenecks because the things that get in the way often become the way. So small aligned teams, they tend to cut through all that complexity. And they do this because they're able to actually move faster. They're able to move faster because they don't have 5 layers of decision making. That's one of the other challenges that we have sometimes is in order to get out a piece of communication, I got to go through 3 approval processes. Those types of things slow down businesses. And in a world of speed, and where speed in the end equals money, I don't know about you, but I want things to move as fast as we possibly can. So what's the application here? This is a practical podcast. You're going to at least walk away with 3 practical applications. Get out your pen and pencil. If you do not have a pen and pencil, maybe you're out and about, you're running, you're getting in your workout, whatever that looks like, don't worry, we got your back. Check the show description down below. There's a link. You can sign up. You can download the show notes. We'll give it all to you, deliver it right in your inbox. So for this application, what I want you to do is, what is your number one focus for this week? And do it by week. We're going to talk a little bit about 90-day sprints, but do this weekly. What is your weekly focus? And try to do or ask that question or communicate what that number one focus is as early as you possibly can in the week. I know for my teams and a lot of the businesses that I run and I lead, we do 5-minute stand-ups. During that 5-minute stand-ups, that's where we identify that focus. That's one of the things that we do in that 5 minutes. Is really quick and easy. It gets everybody on that same page. It makes sure everybody's aligned for that week. And then we go off and we just perform. So that is the application there. But to be honest with you, speed doesn't come from adding people. So I think we can all agree that speed does not come from adding people. It comes from eliminating drag. But speed alone, it's not enough. Alignment is going to fuel something bigger. Energy. Everyone, a quick break in the episode today. Are you struggling to find and keep the right employees? You're not alone. High turnover drains time, money, and morale, leaving us frustrated, overwhelmed, and feeling like we have to settle for less. I understand how tough hiring can be because I've lived it. And with over 21 years of building high-performance teams, I know how to turn hiring challenges into lasting employee success. Through my proven lead framework, we're going to analyze your processes, design a personalized strategy, and implement solutions that create confident and long-term results. Don't let turnover hold you back. Choosing this program is that first step towards a thriving workplace. Enroll today at thejohnespinosa.com and build the team you deserve. Imagine a team that works seamlessly together or keep facing the same costly cycle of turnover. The choice is yours. Now back to our episode. So this next topic that we're going to talk about, alignment multiplies energy. And I always want to be an energy multiplier. I want to find that energy and figure out how we can expand it, how we can make it bigger, how we can multiply it. So when the team knows why they are doing something, energy replaces exhaustion. There will become a time where things get tough. Maybe you're in it right now. Maybe your business is going through one of those tough times. And if your team does not understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, guess what? That exhaustion, the burnout, it will come. What I've found is bigger teams, they tend to waste energy. And there's a lot of politics. The bigger an organization, you get a lot of politics. And then when those politics begin to expand, when they start to multiply, then now you have created silos. And those silos, those again are the choke points. Those are going to be your bottlenecks within the organizations. I find that small teams, guess what? They channel the energy. They just do a better job of channeling energy towards the impact. There's less of them. We're directing them. We're having those 5-minute huddles. We're accomplishing the things that we need to accomplish, and we're letting them know why they need to be accomplished. So the application here, remember that first application was determine what your number one priority is for the week. Now we're talking about alignment and multiplying energy. So this application is going to have to do with that 90-day North Star. Again, I love working in quarters. I love working in those 90-day sprints. Figure out what that North Star is, direct all that energy toward that, and then move fast. So what does winning look like? That's the big question. Whenever I ask somebody, okay, what's your North Star, whether it's a 90-day North Star or it's your annual strategy that you want to define and help communicate, what does winning look like? How do you know when you're going to get there? How do you know when you've gotten there, really? Because if you don't understand what it means to win, what it means to cross that finish line, it's going to seem like it's just going in circles. And when things are spinning their wheels, when people are going in circles, that's where the exhaustion comes in. That's where the burnout and the frustration and decreased motivation, all of those things that we want to prevent within our teams and our businesses. So figure out what your 90-day North Star is, and then I want you to identify, what does winning look like this quarter? What does it look like in those 90 days? Communicate that frequently. Communicate that until you get tired of communicating it. And then start asking people, what does winning look like? What is this quarter's 90-day North Star? They will begin to get on board. Everybody knows what success looks like, and they will all know when you get there. So energy is contagious. I want to be around people who have energy. We all know those energy vampires, the people who really take energy just to have a conversation with. I want to limit my exposure to those. So energy is contagious when a team is aligned. But it's not the whole picture. So what I want to discuss in this last point is small teams that consistently outperform larger teams. They protect focus. They protect that energy. Alignment allows you to protect focus as a business owner and as a leader. Again, I find the bigger that teams get, a lot of them, there's hidden agendas. And this is that drag. It just drags them down. It takes away their focus. If we have diluted focus, we're going to get diluted results. So for this, aligned teams are great at saying no. This was hard for me. It was hard for me to say no because I'm a servant leader. I wanted to help everybody. If there wasn't a way that I could help them, I wanted to figure out a way. But what I learned was I was diluting my energy. I was diluting my focus by helping or trying to help everybody. When in the end, I was doing everybody a disservice. I was doing the person I was trying to help, and I was doing my team and myself a disservice because I was spreading myself very thin. So here, I work with leaders and I work with business owners to keep the main thing the main thing. And it seems like common sense, but it's not always common practice. So focus allows us to deliver excellence and not spread ourselves too thin. In the application here, and I've done this with many people and I've found success, even with my own self, that I tend to want to do everything. Come up with a not to-do list. A not to-do list. What are we not going to do? What are you not going to do? What are we not going to allow us to distract us? Allow us to keep the focus. Keep the main thing the main thing. And then I want you to review that not to-do list monthly. What are the things? Does something need to come off? Does something need to be added on? Was there a distraction that came in through the middle of the month that we started to spread ourselves a little thin and we had to regroup and we had to go back to the alignment, remind ourselves of that North Star, right? Determine what the weekly priority was going to be. All of these things begin to build, and I hope that you see that. It's how we think, do, and be. We begin by identifying and focusing on that number one priority. Then we have to behave in a way where we protect our energy. And then last but not least, it's how we put things into our culture, the fabric of our businesses, the fabric of our teams, and we do that through protecting our focus. So it's important for us to remember these three things, and we break them down into how we think, what we do, and in the end, how and what we want to become as a team, as an organization. When speed, energy, and focus come together, alignment is no longer an advantage. It's going to be your superpower. I believe in you. Go be great. See you in the next episode.